Welcome back to another episode of the Sacred Sisterhood podcast. My name is Mary Wright. I am your show host. And how are you guys feeling? Whew! As we build up to solstice, there is a lot of energies coming up for us. There's a lot of shadow work being done. There's a lot of underworld feels, but there's also this beautiful, blissful, higher timeline available for us to tap into at any moment in time. So it's both of it, it's all of it, and it's perfect, and it's in divine timing. And we just get to surrender and allow it to unfold and trust in the knowing that our divine plan is unfolding and we're in alignment. We are in complete alignment with our highest trajectory, and everything's working out in the best possible case scenario. So before we dive into today's topic, I just want to give a shout out to India. What's up, India? What's up? Thank you so much, all of you that are listening from India. I took a look at the show's stats this past month, and we doubled in listeners this past month, and that's due to India. So thank you, all of my listeners in India, for tuning in, sharing the show, and of course, sending a great big love burst out to everybody across the globe that is listening. We have Canadians, we have Americans, we have people from Germany, from Austria, from Ireland, Finland, Switzerland, Sweden. We have some people down in the Southern Hemisphere in Australia. We have people from all across the world, and I just want to express my greatest gratitude to you for receiving the words that I channel to you and sharing the show with your friends and just being in my vortex. I appreciate it. I'm feeling you. I love you, and we're all in this together. We be anchoring in New Earth, and we are doing such incredible work here on Earth, just holding the light, being alive in this potent time, and assisting with the ushering in of this next age. So I honor all of you. Thank you. So today, I don't know why this specific topic has been coming up for me the last few days, but I felt very, very called to create a podcast on it to share with you the difference between healing from the masculine energy and healing from the feminine energy, and how we can fuse the two together to really support ourselves in a much deeper, potent, and accelerated healing process. Because New Earth is all about sacred union. New Earth is all about the twin ray, the fusion, the marriage, the oneness of the divine aspects of the masculine and feminine coming together. And so let's get into it. All right. So when we heal from more of the masculine energy way of healing, this is where it's like masculine is very action focused and it's fire energy. So this is where we're like, no, I see that there's this limiting story that is operating in my subconscious realm. I'm going to shift and lift that. I'm going to reprogram it. I'm going to transmute it. I'm letting it go. We're not going to play into the story anymore. We're just going to, do all of our processes of reprogramming, of NLP, of like diving deep into the subconscious realm to program in something different, to choose something different, to be something different, to embody more of our higher selves, which is important because we all got some subconscious blueprint. I'm about to swear, so if you got little ones, maybe put your earbuds in. Subconscious blueprint fuckery from the way that we were raised, from our cultural conditioning, and just in general being in a dense earthly realm. So reprogramming the subconscious, shifting our belief systems can support us in embodying who we desire to expand into, embodying more of our higher self, not giving our power away to self-doubt, to limiting beliefs, to, scarcity, poverty stories, to old wounds, and rather showing up as who we desire to expand into in the now, so we can anchor and reprogram our subconscious realm, anchor and reprogram it into our energetic field. And so this is how we collapse time. This is how we manifest powerfully. If we're operating from distorted belief systems, we're going to have a really hard time calling in what it is that we desire. We're going to have a really hard time showing up and doing the work that we came here to do with the purity and the potency that we are meant to show up as, right? So very, very important to be doing healing from this method. But the thing is, with all of this that I just rattled off, the shifting and lifting, the reprogramming, the transmuting, all of that, it does lift us out of overextended emotional states so we can show up and do the thing. However, when it's not properly integrated, it can feel very rushed healing from this method. And so our body takes a lot longer to process than our mental body and our spiritual body. And so it doesn't actually give our bodies a chance to catch up, which is why oftentimes if you are only healing from this method of, lasering in and, letting it go and shifting, lifting, all of it, which is great, you often will have to keep having to come back and go deeper and go deeper and go deeper because it hasn't fully integrated. It's quite rushed and it can feel quite impatient. And it doesn't really allow us to process the full capacity of the emotions that are there for us to process. It kind of bypasses all of that. And it also can create this story within us that there's something wrong with us, that we're this never-ending project needing to be fixed, right? So there's benefits from healing more with the masculine, and then there's also a shadow aspect of healing more with the masculine, right? So now let's talk about the healing from the feminine energy. And when I'm speaking about this, think about like healing from the father energy and then healing from the mother energy. Both parents are vital in the child's growth. They're vital in helping the child to learn and so forth, but they each have a different approach. The mother's going to be a lot softer, a lot nurturing, whereas the father's going to be like, come on, kid, let's get going. Like he's going to give that, pep talk before the kid's got to go out there and, deliver a speech or something or step into a football game or whatever. The father's going to really like amp him up and cheer him up and, get him kind of like, yeah, revved up, ready to go. Whereas the mother's like, oh dear, oh sweet pea, I love you so much, So the feminine energy, when we heal ourselves from the feminine energy is water. And so it takes us very much into the depths of our emotions. And so this can look like us just really sitting with ourselves, loving on ourselves, giving ourselves that unconditional love like a good mom would a child. And so it's a much slower process of healing, because you're really moving in, you're feeling all of the emotions, you're reflecting, you're processing, you're, shifting the way that you're looking at things and so forth. And so it's a lot more integrated than the masculine approach because it gives your body time to really catch up with the shifts that are being made. It gives your body time to release what needs to be released, to really feel through the waves of emotion as it comes up, rather than being like, no, we're just gonna like jump over this wave and reprogram something else in, so it's a lot more patient. But here's the thing. When we heal from the feminine, when we are approaching our healing just from the feminine, we can get very, very swampy and lost in the underworld where, we are in very overextended emotional states. We're days and days and days in the underworld. We're just processing so many emotions. We're grieving, we're crying, we're feeling so much. And we can kind of get stuck in that place. It's like we get lost at sea. We get lost within our own ocean, and there's no anchor or boat for us to grab on to pull us up out of the waters, out of our emotions. And so it's like we aren't really taking steps forward to actually shift out of it. We're just getting really swampy in the emotions, right? So you can see how like both aspects there's pros and there's cons in a sense. So we actually want to fuse both of these aspects of healing to really support us in moving through our densities, moving through our stories, moving through our heaviness more rapidly, like at a more accelerated rate than just doing it from the feminine, but more integrated and deeper than just doing it from the masculine. This is where you really have to check in with yourself kind of moment by moment when you are in these, emotional states, when you are really working on shifting something, asking moment by moment, what is it that I really need right now? And not asking from the ego, but dropping into the heart, calling forth both the feminine and masculine aspects of yourself. For myself, when I call upon the feminine, like she's got flowers in her hair, she's all soft, she's flirty, she's playful. And when I call upon the masculine aspect of myself, she's got a sword, she's like all badass and warrior-like. Sometimes the best thing that you can do for your self-care, for your healing, if you have been in the underworld for like days on end, the best thing that you can do is pick yourself up out of that state, do some yoga, drink some green juice, have a shower, and show up for yourself and do what you said you were going to do to shift that energy. And other times you're going to have to get really still. If you've been really in that masculine place of healing where it's like, yeah, I'm reprogramming, Joe Dispenza style, subconscious reprogramming, NLP, like, all that awesome stuff, that super magical stuff. Sometimes you're gonna, when you notice that you've really been in that state for a long time, you're gonna have to actually just stop, get still, get present with yourself, reflect, process, allow your body to catch up, talk to your inner child, give her love, let her know that she is so supported, she's safe, she belongs, she's so loved, that there's nothing wrong with her, she's perfect as she is, she's accepted, and so forth. So it's, as unsexy as it sounds, it's like learning how to parent yourself. Checking in with yourself, is tonight the kind of night where I need to just integrate, soft blankets, a cup of tea, my journal, fuzzy socks, or is tonight going to be more of a let's actually get work done. Let's actually show up as the person that I'm desiring to embody, showing up as my future self who's already attracted in, this business or this partner or so forth. Really checking in, where do I need to make some tweaks? Have I been in the underworld too much? Have I been in my emotions too much? Is it time that I actually start taking action? Or have I been in all this reprogramming action mode and I actually need to just soften and be still with myself and hold myself? So one of my favorite ways to integrate the two of them all in one is through a meditative dance process. So basically, create yourself a playlist where the beginning of the playlist, the songs are slower, and then towards the end of the playlist, the energy is building and it gets you moving, and then at the end of the playlist, kind of to bring it to full circle, something that's going to really have you in your heart space. And so allowing this music, getting yourself in the full experience, and allowing this music to carry you through the process. So at the beginning of the playlist, with it being softer, slower music, be tender with yourself. Really feel into, where you've been, what you're wanting to release, what you're wanting to heal and integrate, and just be soft and tender with yourself. Move slowly. Maybe you're just holding yourself in stillness. And then as the music starts to pick up, okay, now we're going to start to bring in that fire energy. We're going to start to alchemize it. We're going to start to transmute it. We're going to start to move, make bigger movements. We're going to start to get our voice involved. We're going to start to growl. We're going to start to snarl. We're going to start to howl. We're going to start to pound our feet and pound our hands and begin to really move and shift this energy. It's kind of like shifting out of like a sleeping kitten into releasing your inner tigress, your inner lioness. So, and then coming towards the end to really bring it full circle, surrendering into your heart space and just loving on yourself, that, You gave yourself this space to move through all that you needed to move through at the pace that your body was asking for it. And then another tool that you can do, when you feel like, okay, I got a lot of emotions that I need to move through, set a timer. Set a timer for like half an hour or an hour to allow yourself to dive fully into it, to feel everything until there's nothing left to feel the fullness of it. And then once your timer has gone off, do something, take an action step. Take an action step to anchor in a new story, to anchor in your belief in yourself, to anchor in your power, whether that be dancing or writing a post or sending an email or, doing some studying or training for the business that you're desiring to do or whatever, so that you're merging the two. You're giving yourself that space to fully be in the feminine, to fully feel it, and then you are giving yourself permission afterwards to take steps forward, to move on. This way, you're not getting swampy, but you're allowing yourself to fully go into it, and you have a plan to pick yourself up out of it after. All right, so let me know what you got from this, if this served you, and share it with a friend that it would really help. A friend that maybe that she's all about the shifting and lifting and the reprogramming, but then she doesn't really make a whole lot of space for the integration time. Or a friend that gets super in her oceanic emotional depths and has trouble getting herself out of those states. And also, until December 11th, today is December 5th, 2020, but until December 11th, so you have 6 more days, you can claim a shamanic healing journey from me for 50% off, which is only 44 euros right now. You can find that on my website and book your session in there. And I also am offering the Grounded Starseed digital course for 60% off, making it 111 euros. And that is a 3-week digital course, but you can go at it your own pace to really help you bring your beautiful starseed frequencies, anchoring them down into your body so you can really claim your space, claim your body, feel safe in your body to allow your gifts and magic to come online, and so that you can embody more of your higher self, so that you can align with your soul purpose. And then I'm also offering the Starseed Activation Bundle, which is a super fun galactivation meditation bundle. I'm offering that for 33 euros. Yes, 33 euros right now. Normal price is 60 euros. And that, I believe it's 13 different meditations and galactivations to help support you in connecting with your star family, really anchoring yourself on planet Earth here so that you can show up and do what you came here to do. And yeah, it's super, super potent. And of course, I have private mentorship options available right now too. So I'm easy to find. I'm Mary Wright on Facebook. I'm Mary J Coaching on Instagram. You can email me at coachmaryens, ENNS @gmail.com. And if you're not signed up for my newsletter, I usually send an email a week with just any social media posts or anything that maybe you missed on my social media, as well as any offers. You can sign up for my mailing list as well. You can do that through my website. You just click ShePack Love Letters. Yeah, ShePack Love Letters. And that way you don't miss anything, and that way you actually see, what's being posted. The algorithm on Facebook and Instagram doesn't always show my posts to everybody that follows me. So on that note, I am wishing you a beautiful weekend, and I hope that you are really cultivating space for yourself to just be with yourself in this time, in this powerful window of energy that we are in leading up to solstice, and honoring the death process that many are in right now with doing the shadow work to make space for the rebirth. There's just such powerful energies that are coming through right now, and we are moving through so much in a day. Like, so much shifts are happening, so much clearing is happening, and so be gentle with yourself right now. Just really, really be in your heart and give yourself that compassion and that love that you really need right now. that maybe you didn't get as a child. Give that to yourself now. You're doing a great job. You're doing amazing. The fact that you're listening to this podcast shows that, you are committed to being all that you can be and embodying more of your light and remembering your light. So I honor you in that. And yeah, I love you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.